All right, back with that tennis ball, exploring a little bit deeper on how I use it with the foot. We've already talked about how we use it on the bottom of the foot and taking our time, kind of massaging that, applying the lowest level stimulus possible before we start to get a little bit more aggressive if you wanted to with like a tennis or with a lacrosse ball or maybe one of those wooden dowel balls. But this is, I think, is a great starting point. And oftentimes, this is as far as I'll go with athletes. But now that we've massaged that plantar fascia, that tissue underneath the bottom of the foot, one of the things I always like to go to next is now the toe function. So now I'll get underneath that position and kind of work our way around from big toe all the way around and just kind of push my knee past. I've seen people do this with a wall. I think that's a great thing as well. But I think sometimes when we use something that's hard and we just push into tissue, it's almost like we're pushing positions that might not be best. So I like the tennis ball because I kind of get the feedback of what's going on. And then also I can apply a downward stimulus into the ball from having the squishiness of it. So I'll kind of push in, push the toe down, then pull the toe up, almost thinking the same concept of how we would work with the hamstring. So kind of pushing in, pushing toe down, pushing toe up, then go to the next couple toes. Kind of get in between them, kind of work your way around, kind of pushing forward, rocking back, moving in, go to the next, pushing forward, rocking back, and just kind of exploring all those positions of the foot, trying to loosen up that tissue as much as possible. I always like to do this in conjunction with the bottom of the foot, just kind of two things that are easy, low-hanging fruit that an athlete can do while they're just sitting, waiting for a session. Maybe you're doing this while sitting on the couch. We don't put as much attention to the feet as we should. You know, they spend so much time in the foot coffins that we live in, and most of our athletes, or maybe you specifically, are standing 8-10 hours a day in them, or maybe even in worse shoes like cleats, hockey boots that are even more restrictive. So anytime we can kind of relieve that tension, I think that's a great point to do and a great emphasis to place on.